Hi, welcome to Panther Social. I'm Cab,
I'm Trevor.
and today we are talking all things Powell soccer. And we are joined by Cameron Rogers of Powell High School Soccer.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good. So, what are your plans for college? What do you?
For college, I'm currently signed to play soccer at Lenior-Rhyne University. I got the shirt on. And yeah, it's Division II in North Carolina, Hickory, North Carolina. And I think it'll be great. It'll be a good experience for me to get better as a player and really just grow as a person.
Have you been on a visit like out to the campus and stuff yet?
Yeah,
Is it
I've been
nice?
there. Been there a bunch,
Yeah.
like 4 or 5 times. I took my visit back in September, and then I signed in November. So it's been kind of a done deal for a while. It's gone. It's been up and down. So record right now is 4-5. So we started the season hot. 4 straight wins, and then obviously now we have 5 straight losses. So if we can try to turn that around going into the second half of the season, we can end up doing well.
If you could say like one thing that you learned from your team this season, what would it be?
I'd say like that we're a very different team than we were last year. A lot of similar players. We didn't graduate a bunch last year, but just as individuals and as a team, I think we've grown so much since last season, and now we have the components to win something big. Win a district, make it to the region play, which even with the same players last year, I don't think we could have done.
With those 5 straight losses and to like make it into region and stuff, what does the team need to do to make a good push?
I think we just got to start focusing back on the simple things that got us those 4 straight wins. When you try to go too big, too great, you kind of lose what it was originally that made you guys so good, what your team's identity was. And I think we need to just kind of re-identify who we are as a team and as individuals, and then the games will start coming.
Who's a player this season that you think's like stepped up the most since last season?
I'll give a couple. First is one of my good friends, Ephraim Palacios, number 7. He last season he was injured the entire season. I think he played 1 or 2 games in the preseason and had to sit out. But this season he's come back and he's scoring goals for us now. I think he's got 3 or 4 goals in the past 3 or 4 games. So it's been a pretty big player for us this season. And then also our 2 center backs, Corbin Bland and Alex Shelton. Both of them I remember playing junior varsity last year. And this season they've stepped up into huge roles for the varsity squad, and they've done well. Good, had a good mentality about it, and played hard.
What's your post game meal
Post-game meal,
tonight versus Halls? Where are you going right after we win?
Waffle House on
Waffle
Emory
House.
Road. Get an all-star meal, hash browns, sausage, scrambled eggs, plain waffle, every time.
What's your go-to like pregame song that you like listen to?
I don't think I have a specific pregame song or even a playlist. I just kind of, honestly, I go into the Spotify recents and I just look at song options, and whichever one calls my name, I'll click on it.
Reflecting on your career, what was like the biggest part that you think defined?
Like a specific moment or like a.
Or like the biggest thing that like stands out to you that
I'd say the biggest moment of my career by far is from my freshman year when we beat Oak Ridge, because that was the first time that's happened in honestly in like recorded history. So we finally beat them, and we were number 1 seed in the district. So that was big for us, and that's what we're hoping to do again this year. So hopefully I can top it at the end of this season.
Outside of soccer, or some of your like other hobbies and stuff you like to do?
I'd say I mostly just like to, outside of soccer, I think I'm a pretty chill person. Like I just sit on the couch with my family and my friends and watch a movie or watch a TV show, or just I watch sports in general. Lots of sports. Love watching March Madness. Watch the Masters here last week. But yeah, if there's a sports on, I'll watch it. And if not, I'll find a movie on Netflix.
got anything else, Trevor? Pre-game meal. What are you doing before the game? Like,
It varies a lot of the time. If we have an earlier game, normally I'll just go with maybe like a ham and cheese sandwich.
Ham and cheese sandwich.
Maybe probably 2 of them. Not too heavy, but it'll hold me over until after the game, where I can get something big, get the all-star meal. But if I have a good amount of time before the game, I might eat something a little a little bit heftier, maybe like a chicken and rice, something that'll really fill me up and give me a lot of energy to go throughout the day.
What got you into soccer?
Honestly, it's just first it was my dad. He played soccer growing up, and then my sister, who's older than me, she was playing, and I would just go to her games because I was a little kid. I can't go off on my own, so just go to her games. And I think I just fell in love with being there, being in the atmosphere. But I mean, the moment I could stand up and run, I was playing soccer, kicking the ball, and it's just stayed that way.
What was your recruitment process like? Was it stressful or like easy?
Honestly, the beginning was super stressful. I remember just because soccer works a bit differently than like football. A lot of times, you hear football, a coach might go down to a specific player because he wants to recruit them. It's like the complete opposite in soccer. If I'm interested in a school, then I have to go to them and I have to reach out to the coach, email, see if maybe I can get an opportunity to show my skills in front of them. Where they're going to be, I need to follow them around. But so the beginning was definitely stressful, trying to identify different places that I might be interested in because they weren't going to identify me. But once I found Lenior-Rhyne, it got super easy. Because I remember just every time I went there, I went to multiple of their IP camps, which is just where I go and pretty much just play in front of them. They can see me play and meet me. But then once I found there, it always just felt right. Felt like I was in the right place. Never felt like I was in the wrong place there. Just felt easy once I found the order.
Do you think now that like you get a second chance at going to play soccer, it takes some like nerves off of you that like normal seniors would have that don't get the opportunity to go play at the next level?
I think maybe in some ways yes, in some ways no. I think I still have the drive to my senior year, my final year. I want to do big things with the team because this is I want to leave an impact. But also, I think knowing that it's not my last year of soccer definitely takes some of the pressure off. But I still want to do great things.
So playing your whole life, what's been the favorite part of playing, like favorite position and like?
My favorite position that I played, I think I've literally played every position on the field. I played in goalkeeper and I played all the field positions. I think my favorite would probably have to be either as a midfielder or as a winger on the wide area, because in midfield it's a very different game depending where position you play. In midfield, tends to be very calm, which doesn't sound right because it's the center of the field, it's where the most action goes on. But the game just kind of slows down in those areas. But then almost in the opposite way, playing out wide, when you get on the ball, it's time to go, time to take a player on, try to beat him 1v1, and you can really showcase a lot of your different skill sets when you get in the wide area.
Looking back at yourself, like in your freshman year, what do you think you've grown most on since like your senior year?
I'd say my confidence. I remember coming in as a freshman. I started our first varsity game as a freshman, and I was terrified. It was nerve-wracking. I'm a 14-year-old kid who honestly was pretty small. Still a skinnier guy, but back then I was a tiny kid. I was probably 105 pounds playing against 18-year-old guys who were 160. So growing and just playing through high school soccer, I think I just learned that no matter how much bigger someone is than me or how much faster, I just got to play to them. And I can't shy away or else they're just going to dominate me even more. So I'd say my confidence, definitely. I've had to just improve that.
What's been the biggest difficulty of like playing soccer for so long?
There's definitely burnout phases. Definitely have had a couple times where they just haven't wanted to go to practice, or I've got to thinking to myself, I've got a game this weekend. I'd rather just hang out with my friends. But I think you gotta stick with it in those times, because that's what makes if you can't stay with the sport at the low, then when it's at the high, you don't deserve it. So probably just those burnouts, but you got to keep pushing.
In moments like of self-doubt, what keeps you going? Like what makes you want to just keep going?
I'd say the people around me, because I don't want to disappoint anybody. I don't want to let anybody down. That's my parents and my teammates, right? My parents have put in a lot of sacrifices, lots of money, lots of time traveling for me to be able to play. And I want to make it up to them and make it worth their time and money. But then my teammates, also these guys who are playing around me every day, they're coming to practice, working hard. I can't, when times get tough, I can't just quit on them, because at the same time, when times get tough for them, I hope they don't quit on me.
Sure.
What are things that you want to do, like what's some things you want to leave lower class players with so they could use for next season?
I think I just want to leave a legacy of what Powell soccer could be, in the sense that we will just be a team that we might not win the game, but you're going to know you played us. You're not just going to forget about us the next week. We're going to be a physical, strong team who is going to, if you want to win, you're going to have to beat us. We're not going to let you win. You have to beat us. If that makes sense.
If what's one thing to one thing to someone needs help, what are you telling them to do?
Like if my teammate is kind of having a tough moment in the game,
Yeah, or
making
someone's
mistake,
new to soccer, what's the best thing you can say to help them?
just have fun, and enjoy the process of getting better. Because even myself, I'm sure there's hundreds of thousands of players who are better than me out there, but I can't think about that. I can't worry about other players. You got to focus on yourself and just keep doing what you love, and then eventually it'll work out.
That's all we have for you today. Make sure to just subscribe, and join us here next time.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.